Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Benchwarmers Basement Banter. This is number 102, and we are back again.
That's
Another
right.
week. We didn't take off for 2 weeks or 3 weeks this time. We went back to back.
Back to back.
Yes,
A rarity nowadays.
yes, it is. But we are here. I am Stat Guy. I need to move the fantasy football championships over to them being right because it switched my position. Because you are the champion
Ah,
of BBB and I am the Shiva champion.
that's right.
But
I'm
that is
Rogers.
yes,
That's that guy.
that is
Not,
Rogers.
not what the Discord says, but it's okay.
Yeah, I have everything else covered up, but we got to make sure the fantasy football champions are correct.
That's right.
Make sure to follow us on all the social media you see up top: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Join the Discord server. We got a Kick page, TikTok, of course. We post a lot of stuff on TikTok and Twitch. Hopefully, we might have some live streams sometime soon. I don't know when, but we haven't been doing those quite as much. But
Things have gotten busy, man.
things got busy, and what we were doing was maybe getting our accounts banned.
Yeah, that happened one time. That was on TikTok though.
Yeah, TikTok hates us. That is for sure. That is for
Yeah.
sure. But all right, this episode, Rogers and I, we didn't really have much of a plan, so I said, why not talk about Illini fighting Illini basketball?
Works for
Of
me.
course, everyone's seen we're 2 months now at this point away from March Madness, but first Final Four in 25 years, I believe, or 20 years. Uh, 20 years since the 05-06 team. This team, they kind of became the darlings a little bit with their personality, which how they are with Mirkovic and the Visic and Stojakovic, the
We're
Balkans.
the elite European squad.
Yes, I will say before people start complaining about the Europeans, all of them being pros, they do not have high school basketball like we do here in the United States. So that's kind of their only option.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, they're all pros. They've been playing on this. No, that's just kind of the only option, and they're pros playing with pros of the same age group. It's not
Yeah.
like they're 16 playing unless you're like super good, like Luca.
Yeah, I say Luca was dropping 40 in the European League at age 16,
Yeah,
17.
but there's not Lucas all the times. But yeah, just I see so much discourse about that, and it's like they just don't even have high school basketball. Like it's not a thing there.
No. All right, so I'm looking at the way too early top 25 ESPN picks,
Okay.
and it looks like Illinois is going to be ranked number 4 coming
Yep.
out of the gate.
Yes. So, yeah, we wanted to get into what this next season looks like. Look at the transfer portal now that it's closed. It closed a couple weeks ago now, maybe. Um, so what Illinois end up losing, I guess we'll call that. Um, not much. Petrovic, who was supposed to be the point guard, but he didn't end up turning out, and Keaton Wagler happened. Um, the Belich Tommy, I can't say his last name. Another
Yeah.
itch, another itch. He left, and then Trey Rogers left. That one kind of hurt a little bit. That was probably the biggest one. Somebody leaving because I think he would have had a decent amount of playing time. He didn't really quite fit the mold of what the team's kind of become now that Underwood's kind of made some changes, but he was a good rebounder, solid energy guy, and can get to the rim. And then Brandon Lee, I actually think he would have got a decent amount of minutes this year, but I can understand being I think he was a top 100 guy last year. He got some minutes early, and then as the season progressed, just didn't get that many minutes. He's
Yeah.
kind of the break glass in case of emergency if Stojakovic and Wagler and Boswell got into foul trouble at the same time, kind of deal. But
Yeah.
so I think he probably, I don't know if him or Rogers would have got the most minutes that are leaving, But they ended up for the transfer portal. They bring in, I believe he is the number. That doesn't say what he is. Let me see if I can
Is
put it up.
Stephon Vox. Yeah, he
Stephon
actually.
Vox. I think he was like top 5 in the transfer
Yeah,
portal.
he
Uh,
averaged a little bit less than 16 points per game with Providence last year. So,
yep.
I mean, solid pickup on the scoring side of things for sure.
Yes. So he is, of course, he's not an itch, but he is European. So he joins
Yeah,
in. Of course, people when he went to the transfer portal was already like, oh, he's going to Illinois, and it. But he does make sense. Shoots the three very well. I kind of think he'll kind of uh, fit more into that Wagler role. I don't know if
yeah,
he's gonna have the ball just as much because we'll talk about the freshmen coming in, but so 24/7 Sports, I'll just read their scouting report on him. Vox is a tremendous offensive talent, glaring overlap of size and skill. That's what a line I love, size and skill. The Estonian native put up 16 points, 3 assists per game as a 20-year-old freshman. Uh, Shot just 40% from the field, 35% from behind the arc, but I think he's taken a lot of shots on a really bad team there.
yeah.
Um, but
20-year-old freshman. That's wild.
yeah,
You're a league.
yeah, yep, it is. But it's weird because then like the other guys, like Merkovich was, a regular freshman, and then with Stojakovic, he's not. He came from California. He's just Paige's son.
Yeah,
I will say Stojakovic at this point is put his name in the draft, but I would say it's like a 15% chance that he actually goes somewhere. I think he just kind
right,
of put his name in there and is going to go through the combine to get some points on what he needs to improve on next year at Illinois to become a better draft
right.
prospect. Um, but back on Vox, feathery release, and he can put the ball up from anywhere. He should have great, lot more efficiency. 12th nationally on the pull up. So, yeah, I think on offense it's going to be good. The defense will be suspect from him, but
I mean, it's suspect defense out of the Illini anyway. They
oh
just
yeah,
placed.
that was going to be the whole kind of thing for me is we'll see this team's going to be ranked very high. They're everything I've seen. Fox Sports had them as the number 2 team. I've seen somebody had them at 7, which made no sense to me. They are top 5 for sure coming into this year,
Yeah,
um, but it's going to be a question on defense, and it's really going to be a question on is Stojakovic that we've seen in the tournament, his defense, is that going to be what it's going to be? It's what it needs to be for him to get drafted. Um,
yeah.
but if he can play that kind of defense that he did, uh, he's going to be a problem, and that'll help this team tremendously. So that's the transfer portal guy that we got. Just one guy. Like I said, I think he kind of fits into the Wagler role. He's probably going to have the ball most of the time, but I do think that one of our freshmen. Some people have said thinks Jake Davis is going to start. I don't think he's going to start anymore.
So the projected lineup on ESPN's
Uh huh.
website is
Let's hear it.
Stefan Vox, Andrei Stojakovic, David Merkovic, Tomislav Ivicic,
Yep.
and the freshman coming in, Quentin Coleman.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think that is going to be. So Coleman, I'm gonna use the composite rankings because number one they kind of look better, but also I don't. There's so many recruiting sites that it's hard to gauge because one has them as like top 25, one has them higher, which he's actually went down a little bit, but he's still on from composite, which is all of them together. 24/7
Yeah,
puts them all together. He is a 5-star composite, and he's 27th coming into the country. He also just won the Iverson Classic. It's a high school showcase, kind of like the McDonald's All American game. He just won the MVP of that with
nice.
31 points. Decent amount of assists, decent amount of rebounds. But I think he will come in here. He's going to start for sure. Oh, he's from St.
Yeah,
Louis also, so
nice, nice.
got to think Illinois is not in Chicago. It's in Champaign. It's only like a 4-hour drive from St. Louis. Maybe not even that. I haven't timed it. Um, but it's not much different from him going. Obviously, Mizzou is closer to St. Louis, but him going to Illinois, there's a reason. Uh,
Yep.
that reason is they seem to put guards in the NBA because that is what they've been doing
Yep. Year after year.
year after year
Um,
now.
so ESPN has him ranked as the number 30 from the Sports Center
Yeah,
next 100.
yeah.
So right around the same as what you were talking about
Yep.
with the composite. Um, yeah, it's going to be a big
So
guard to kind of
I
help
say
out the.
he'll be the shortest guy in the lineup, but he's 6'4". So he's
Yeah.
taller than Kylan. So we're going to be taller this next year at the starters than this last year. Um, but he, for his high school senior season, guess what he shot from 3-point?
38%.
50.
That's wild.
It is wild. It is. It was either that or the EYBL league. I don't remember, but I thought it was the high school. But shot 50%. I think obviously he's a freshman, so you can't count on him too much. But he is a very aggressive defender, and what he does really, really well is rebound the ball,
Okay.
and that's what Illinois loves. That's how you're going to
Yeah.
get playing time for Brad Underwood is if you rebound the ball, and he is an elite rebounder for a guard.
Nice.
So, but I'm very very excited for him. Like I said, he just won that Iverson Classic MVP award. The number one player, Tyron Stokes, was at that game, and Coleman was the best player there. Having
Nice.
31 in a showcase is pretty wild. I feel like
Yeah, I would think that they'd be getting more guys out there to kind of in and out, and
that's what I
seems like
thought
he
too.
had to have played most of the game.
He's he's gonna be more Boswell, but he from watching highlights, he does have a little bit of Keaton Wagler s kind of shot getting up
Okay.
ability. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah.
I've seen him. There's a lot of videos of him hitting side steps, threes. Those kind of step back, not necessarily step back, more side steps. So he's gonna be a big part of this. It's the main thing for this team is the guard positions. You're bringing in two new guys that are going to be the two guys to handle the ball. You know what you're getting with the 5 or 6 guys that you're bringing back, um, that are the 6 out of your 8 top scorers that you're returning. Um, but let's before we get to those guys, I'll get to the other guy that I think they got 5 freshmen coming in, which is quite a bit actually. I couldn't believe how many freshmen they got.
Yeah.
They got Landon Davis. He's a 3-star from Iowa. Xavier Zins is a 3-star from Wisconsin. Just won Mr. Basketball Wisconsin. He beat out a Knipple for that.
Okay.
I think he
Okay.
played on the same team as them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That was probably a pretty solid high school team.
yeah. They won the state championship.
Yeah.
I think they've won it like 3 or 4 straight years. Because he was
Well,
on the team
when
with
you get
Con.
those campus coming in there, yeah.
Yeah. Ethan Brown, which the uh, coaches are pretty excited for him. He's a 3-star coming out of Rolla, Missouri. He's 6'4". And then they've got Lucas Murillo. He is 6'7", 180. Uh, thank you. Coming out of Boston. Uh, I think they have him as a shooting guard. I think he probably fits more forward, but whatever. Illinois plays positionless basketball, so that doesn't matter. But
Yeah, we're just all gonna be tall and then just gonna melt into each other, you know?
yes, exactly, exactly. But scouting report for him combines perimeter size with toughness and high basketball IQ. That sounds exactly like a Brad Underwood player. Multi-positional, initiate like a big guard, make plays for himself. Great passer, apparently. Absorbs contact after dribble, draws a lot of fouls. I think he's going to be he'll be the third guy coming off the bench because you got Davis and then you got Zonomir. Obviously, they're the first 2 guys, but Lucas Murillo is going to get a pretty good amount of playing time too, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that there's probably gonna be 10 guys to get a lot of playing time because one, they're gonna blow a lot of people out, it would seem like. And
Yes.
2, they are a running gun type offense. They're always a quick moving offense, so
Mm-hmm.
they gas people out quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we can have the next guy up mentality on an offense and
Mm-hmm.
kind of fit them in seamless with each other, this is going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah. So Murillo is going to kind of, he doesn't shoot threes great, so he'll be a little bit more along the Stojakovic kind of play, but if he does pretty good with that, he can have a very good career with the Illini. So, but the main thing for this Illini team wasn't the transfer portal, it wasn't the high school recruiting, it was the retention. They brought back what is now, because Florida brought back everybody somehow.
Yeah.
But they brought back the second best core of a team. I don't in the country. I don't think there's anybody close to what they brought back. Um, you got both Ivisiches. You know what you're going to get with them. Hopefully Zonomir shoots it a little bit better. Tommy ended up playing pretty good in the tournament, I feel like. He's pretty just solid. You know what you're going to get from him. I hope that they start trying to run the offense a little bit more through him on the post, because he did really well in the tournament on the post. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm here for support.
Yes, and Jake Davis hits all the threes, provides great spacing. I actually think one of the obviously replacing Keaton is huge. Nobody's going to replace him for what he was.
Right.
The Humrick House role is going to be tough to replace for what Ben did for that team. He's the other guy that they're losing. That's
Miles and miles apart, as our boy Woody would say.
Yes, and he turned into a great defender and was dang near automatic from three for at least towards the end of the year. It was just, you see him shooting, it was going in. I don't know. Davis can shoot as well as Ben. He's not the defensive player, but he does. He's a very good glue guy. He definitely matters, and like I said, the spacing he'll provide in that offense is going to be huge, because they kind of play 5 out or 4 out, 1 in, and need lots of guys to space and lots of room on the floor, because you got Stojakovic and Mirkovic, who, let's be honest, they're going to be the ball. Probably once it gets to half court, they are going to have the balls in their hands. Everything will run through them.
They've earned that.
Yes. What are you? How high is the ceiling, you think, from Mirkovic and Stojakovic, as far as got any awards you think they could get, or what should they strive for?
I mean, as far as awards, no, I don't think either one of them's going to win Big Ten Player of the Year or anything like that.
No.
I don't think. I don't. I don't think either of them would. I think the ceiling as far as draft capital is Mirkovic could eventually maybe work himself into the later end of being a lottery pick.
Yeah.
I think that he could be the 10th through 14, somewhere in that range. I don't think he's a top 5 pick, but I think he can work his way into being a later lottery pick.
Okay. Yeah. I would say I could see Mark doing Big Ten Player of the Year, possibly. He will probably be one of the higher favorites in the conference for it. Definitely first team All Big Ten. And then Stojakovic, if he plays like he did at the end of the year, we kind of accepted that role. Got healthy. He was not healthy, but accepted a role and got a lot more healthy. And if he could just shoot, which is crazy because he is Paige's son. But if he could shoot, 35% from three, or even 32, 33, something like that, just enough to keep him really honest about it, the way he can finish at the rim, he could really do something. There's not many people in college basketball that can finish at the rim the way Stojakovic did this last year.
I'm actually looking up what he shot from 3 last year.
I'm interested. I don't know what that number would be.
Well, the thing is I got to learn how to spell his name.
Well, his first name is Andrej.
Okay.
That would probably help.
All right. Apparently, that is not the only person. He shot 24.4% from 3 last year. So, in order to get up into the 30s, like you're talking about, would be a huge jump.
Yes, it would. It would. You would hope with the dad that he has, that it would get there. Everyone, obviously, you heard it all throughout the tournament. That's Page's son. You think the way Page's shot, he'd shoot a little bit more, but he just drives and finishes.
Yeah. Well, Pedro was also left wide open at the top of the key a lot.
Yeah, Page's teams were kind of loaded when people forget about that, which he
Yeah.
deserved what he got too, very much. But there was a time he was playing with C. Webb and Mike Bibby and Doug Christie and had Bobby Jackson coming off the bench and Brad Miller. those Kings teams were pretty good back in that time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how this team goes. I am super excited. I feel like the Fighting Illini basketball program is in the best shape it has ever been. Honestly,
Yeah. I mean, in recent years, they've not been good since
definitely in recent years.
the 2005 team is the last time that they really made any kind of a run.
Yeah.
This may have been their first even Elite Eight appearance since that
No,
point.
they got Elite Eight 2 years ago with
Okay.
with Terrence Shannon Jr.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Averaging 35 points a game in the tournament.
Yeah. Legitimately did that in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
If the things that happened to him and that ended up being thrown out, but we don't go and get into that. But the off court stuff didn't happen to him. I think he would have been National Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Him and Edie that would have been a very good competition, the way he was playing.
Sure. Sure.
But speaking of Shannon, first off, he's doing great in the playoffs now. Him and Io are on the same team, but he's had like 2 straight 20-point games.
Well, as injured as that team has been, he's kind of had to.
He does. He has, but they kind of figured out how to actually play him correctly instead of having him be a stand in the corner and try to shoot guy, because that ain't him.
Yeah.
He's not as good of a shooter as Ant, but he can drive and finish just as good.
Yeah, I think that a good comp for him is probably Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that would be a good one. But
good at finding the basket, good at spot shooting if he needs to, but that's not really his game. He creates space and makes himself some solid twos, more or less.
And usually a good highlight dunk in there somewhere.
That's right. That's not Brunson.
Yeah. Speaking of though that, and as I said, this Illini program, we'll talk about the guys who've been drafted is Io first, then Shannon last year, Kasparis and Will Riley. Kasparis is starting to get good minutes on the Heat. Riley played really well for the Wizards, but that team has nothing except him, basically. So he kind of had to score for him, but he ended up, I think, averaging like over 15 points per game at the end of the year for him. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. And obviously, Keaton's going to be a lottery pick this year. So what Brad Underwood has done is been great to see. Like we said, first real, Elite Eight 2 years ago, Final Four this year, and the strong. They're sending guards to the league. It seems like every year now. They're starting to send one and done guards to the league every year. It's a great time to be in a
Wildcat style.
Not the same type of guard.
They were sending big guys. They were sending big guys.
Yes, exactly. Well, that, and they always had to have that fast ass guard to run the point guard system for Calipari, because he went Rose, Tyreek Evans, John Wall, back to back to back. Those were his 3 lead guards.
Not bad.
No, not at all. But it's great to see the amount of guys that we're sending to the league now, and then that's why you get somebody like Quentin Coleman, who was, he was committed to Wake Forest. He opened it back up, and there didn't seem like there was any kind of question that he was going to come to Illinois when that happened. It probably helped that the recruiting visit was the weekend they made it to the Final Four.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's hey, see what we can do.
Or like it was the week after, and like they immediately had him posted up with the Final Four trophy. Like, look, he didn't make it out of Champaign without signing. So
nice.
But yeah, that's kind of the outlook for the Illini this next year. Super excited. Roger's not as big of a Illini fan as I am, but he does watch quite a bit.
I watch some games, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
I
if
watch
you're gonna watch college basketball, that's usually who you watch.
generally them or
Yeah,
Alabama, and I don't even know why I watch Alabama.
you like to see them chucking all the threes.
I do. I do enjoy that
Very
a lot.
much. You are a big fan of that. But yeah, we'll see you next year. Look for Illinois to be top 5 in the country preseason. It's going to be a very exciting time to be the Illini. We'll just see how far this team can take it, but it's hard to go back-to-back Final Fours unless you're Connecticut. Oh, we did just schedule another freaking game with Connecticut, so gotta play
Nice.
them as much as off as we can until we beat them.
That's right. That's right.
But we'll see next year. I'm hoping to get to a game next year too. Really want to see this team in person pretty badly.
That'd be pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
really badly want to see this team in person. So, but yeah, that's been a quick short episode of Bench Warmers Basement Banner. We just wanted to make sure we could get on here back to back weeks.
That's right.
But,
All right. Well, been a good episode. It's nice to see you guys. Remember, stay classy, America. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe above.
and Southern Illinois, because that's what Woody would say.
Well, you left that part out. Remember, you said to.
I know. I just had to do it because we were missing Woody. All right. We will see you guys next time.
Peace.